Hi, this is Donald Spann checking in with the Spann Dream Team and Level 1 Network. The reason why I wanted to check in here is I read an article, actually a series of articles recently about Marissa Mayer, who's the CEO of Yahoo, and what she has recently done as CEO of Yahoo. Marissa Mayer, if you are not familiar with her, she's a young CEO. I believe she's about 38 years old, and she was one of the first engineers, one of the first 20 employees or so of Google. She built up quite a reputation for herself at Google, moved up the ranks. She was in charge of product management at Google for one point, and she became the CEO of Yahoo. So what she had done that has really sort of piqued my interest, sparked the attention of myself and very many, is she actually banned telecommuting from Yahoo for Yahoo employees. And so there's was a little bit of backlash in the community from that. I don't know the reason behind why she made that move. I'm sure it was a very good reason. However, as someone that had been telecommuting myself for a long time, since May of 2011, I have not had to check into an office one time for work, and I really appreciate that. Is that there are a lot of programmers that really spend their time looking for something that gives them a good work-life balance. And essentially, it's tough to have that sometimes when you have a long commute. I'm in Chicago right now. I was talking to someone that worked for corporate at one company, and he has a commute of literally driving a half hour to the train, taking the train 45 minutes just to get to work, and he's doing that to avoid some of the Chicago traffic that he would normally have to go through. If you may know, Chicago traffic the third worst in the country, so he had to do an hour and 15-minute commute at best just to avoid an even longer commute within the vicinity of one city. Every single day, 5 days a week, just to work. It's something that's very frustrating. My commute is literally 10 steps from my bed to my desk. And it's something that's tough to appreciate sometimes, but whenever you hear stories like this, it's like a horror story almost. So this is how I feel. If you don't have a very good work-life balance, you really need to sort of consider something. If you're in the job world and you haven't found a way to be more entrepreneurial or start your own business or have at least a separate income that detaches yourself from the tentacles of the job world, you need to get on that. Level 1 Networks is a great way to do it. I feel very strongly about this opportunity. Again, it's by Dan Miller. Dan Miller did LeadNet Pro. And the reason why I actually stopped working for an office in May of 2011 is because I was fired. I had a good job. I was one of the top reps at the company. It was pretty small, about 20 reps, but I was still one of the top reps of a profitable company. But you know what happens sometimes in a job is that someone else dictates whether or not you're going to work there anymore. And when you have someone else dictating your sort of livelihood, it's an extremely not powerful. It's sort of a hopeless feeling. I had somebody tell me that, you know, having a job is being just over broke. J-O-B, just over broke. And that's really what it felt for me at the time. I had to find something to replace that. LeadNet Pro was actually something that was introduced to me as I was looking for another standard job, and I'm really glad I saw it. So now we're here with Level 1 Network. I would, highly suggest that you take a look at this opportunity and just sort of realize for yourself, if you want to have a good work-life balance, you're not necessarily going to be able to get that from someone that dictates what your schedule is going to be like. Says whether or not you need to come to a certain place or a certain time. I don't have to do that. I'm sitting here at home. I'm doing this video because I want to at whatever time of the day I want. And that's just a very, very extremely powerful thing. I don't have children yet or a family, but I intend to keep it that way for when I do have children and a family. If you want to be that way as well, join up with the Spann Dream Team Level 1 Network, and thank you for listening.